Hey guys, good morning. Well, kind of, almost. Yeah, it's still morning. Last weekend I did a little bit of work to it. Maybe in the previous video you noticed I was talking about the coils. So I was taking out the LS coil kit. So I was getting that out. I went ahead and started making a mounting system myself here for the IGN-1A coils. They're huge. They're comparably huge. Now, originally I was going to pop them back here in a row on a threaded rod, 2 threaded rods, and just had them all crammed in right here. But that's just a whole lot of electrical energy, just constantly pulsing, and I didn't want it really close to my injectors and all that stuff. So I figured if we kind of isolate it over by the valley, first off, there's not much electronics going on in there. And number two, just kind of being tucked in the valley would reduce some of that EMF, the electromagnetic interference. So we cleared off that side, and it stays clear. So I got this all done right here. I basically just made a bunch of aluminum brackets that just screw onto the valve cover. Did a little bit of tacky welding, but a plus side to this is all the plug wires are symmetrical, so they're all within 2 or 3 ohms of each other, which is also nice. And since I bought the plug wire for like a V8 kit, so I actually the other 2 wires, the remaining wires, I went ahead and clipped those and built those up to the same size as these, and I kept them in. I'll just keep them in a trunk as spares or something. Probably never will need it, because if one wears out, the whole 6 is going to go out. But overall, I finally got the coils in. That way I could actually do some more power tuning and stuff like that. Because these coils right here, these LS coils, were starting to cause a whole lot of magnetic interference with some of my trigger signals and all that. And I wasn't really trusting it to actually, take it to the edge at least. So it was fine while driving around, but whenever you go high RPM and bigger boost, you want your timing to be right, because just a little bit off would destroy it. Now, before I also mentioned that ignore these wires, because I was going to replace it with these. So this is what I got left to tackle right now. Well, that's the new wire right there. It's just a plug up there. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with this. It branches off into a couple different things. One set of wires that actually comes out of this branch here is the boost solenoid over there, which hasn't been really used yet because I've been just tuning off the wastegate lately. But we're gonna change out some of these connectors, power connectors, stuff like that. We're gonna change it to some Deech connectors. There's another one that's hidden back behind here that fell down. I think it's a 6-pin or an 8-pin or something down there. Let me get, like an 8-pinner. But what I want to do is just go ahead and separate everything off this branch. So on this branch, we're probably going to make 3 plugs. The 3 plugs would be one for power. So one will handle all the power and the main grounds. The other one will be all the coil signals. So it'll probably be this, but I'm changing it out. And I think there's a couple wires in here that go to that solenoid over there. So that would have its own plug too. That way we can isolate things whenever we do have some electrical gremlins or any diagnostic work. It'll be easy to just unplug one plug and say, oh, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. And then you unplug another one, and, oh, that's it right there. And just make life a little bit easier. And we can get rid of these little brittle OEM type connectors and stuff like that. They're well over 20 years old, so there's no point in keeping them. The DTM type connectors are all better anyway. They seal off better, they're smaller, more compact. And they use like barrel pins, which are pretty nice. So it's not a flat contact like those over there. So it's a little barrel, it's a circular pin, and the other one's like a spike. So one's a barrel and one's a spike, and it goes in and it has a 360 contact area. rather than a flat pen surface area like that, that doesn't really get as much contact. So it has a lot more energy carrying capabilities for its size. Now I'll go ahead and get cracking on this. Oh, another update. I do have some headlight covers coming. This has a clear coat over it, like a spray can type of clear coat, so it's not even hard. It's really soft. So it gets chipped up really easy, and it's already hazed out. This one's more hazed than the other one. Originally the lenses were yellow, which is why I did it. So I sanded it down, got it as clear as I could, and then I put clear coat over it. The clear coat didn't work too great. It helped, but it's too soft. See, so this one you might be able to notice on video, but this one is a little bit more clear than this one, which is almost like a tan. It's like tinted. So I got some lens replacements from Ningwen. So what I'm gonna do is when I do bake these and pop the OE covers off and put the replacement covers on, they'll not only be clearer, but while I'm there, I'll go ahead and fix the projector plate behind it. Because if you didn't already know, in JDM land in Japan, their lights actually, the light beam rises up and goes left. So when the light goes up and left, you're actually, in the US anyway, you're blinding oncoming drivers because, if we're driving on the right, then the oncoming car is to your left. And if my light beam goes up and left, it just goes up in your face. So there's actually a little plate inside the projector housing that creates a pattern for the light to follow. I'm not sure how it's mounted in there or if it's offset any bit anyway, but first thing I'll try to see if I can do is either flip it or I'll just pull out the plate and file it flat. So I'm totally into a flat beam anyway. I don't like that whole step beam. It's pretty annoying. Or I can do a slight crescent shape. So I think the 350Zs and 370Zs look like that, their light beam, where the center dips down low, and then as it goes off to the edge, it feathers up on both sides, and that helps you see the signs at night. And that's the only reason why any of the lights step up in any direction at all, is because the signs need to light up at night, and that's all it's really for. Because most of the light you're actually using to see the road is right down the center. So just a little touch basing on that. If you guys ever want to see anything specifically about this car, do drop a comment down below. And also, if you have any questions about it, or anything about it really, or even suggestions, or a better way to do something, then hey, I'm open for criticism, stuff like that. I do, sometimes ignorance is blind, and if we know one way to do it, we just do it the one way we know. But I'm always open to learning new things. Learn something new every day. It's always a great thing. Make this better day by day. So let's get cracking on that. I went ahead and got most of the wiring pretty much done, and there's what the coils look like. So before I put the strut tower bar back on, just going to give it a test start, and hopefully all goes well. So it might take a minute. Either way, I'll probably just skip to it, but it'll be more like I'll have to adjust some of the ECU settings. I have to make I need to make sure all the ECU settings are right before I go and crank it up. So I'll go do that and then give it a test fire. Okay, we've got battery power. Feels amazing, actually. It sounds different. I cleaned up a lot of the grounds. I gave the coil its own power circuit. That's why you see an old relay there. That was a shared relay before I went ahead and I need to clean that up. But I gave the coils their own ground now. I mean their own power. So they have their own 40 amp circuit, and it's up in here. My fuse box is behind the dash where the passenger airbag used to be. Wow. All right, well, that's it for now. I'm not gonna test drive it right now. It's late tonight. Hey guys, that wraps it up for the ignition upgrade, changing it up to IGN-1A coils. It has been running really good. Actually, this video has been recorded way back in December, probably mid-December, so it was before Christmas. I just never had the time to go and get these videos edited and everything, but I do make sure to record, and when I get time I do this. So you might have noticed that even those clips have been recorded across several days. You might have noticed my shirt has changed a few times here. And that's it, really. We got some other things that have already been done as well, so stay tuned for more content. I've got headlights, I've got intake manifold, I've got exhaust, so there's some other things out there that I can still show you about this car and things that I do. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Ty from Build Logic, signing out.